Assalamu alaikum to everybody. I don't do a lot of videos of myself speaking or of that sort, or selfies or any of those kind of things, but I felt that this this topic is a very unique one, and I think it's important for everybody to really understand and know, what happened and how difficult it is for women, Muslim women, who really take their hijab, whether it be just hijab covering the hair, or niqab covering the face, or not training with men, which is a very difficult thing, because any jiu-jitsu practitioner out there, Muslim or non-Muslim, will tell you that it is very difficult to get a successful ladies program going. It's just the consistency, whether it's for whatever reason, I think men are generally inclined more to do jiu-jitsu than women, although I think women should really try it. I think it's one of the most beneficial martial arts that you can do. Of course, I always think that cross-training and different things is very important, because you never know what kind of situation you'll be in. But that's another subject. Right now, the subject is my wife, Yasmin. She's the coach of the ladies program at QatarMMA, receiving her black belt. As far as I know, she is the first of many topics, but for sure, she's the first female Indian black belt. To my knowledge, of course, all of these things are to my limited knowledge. The first Niqabi. Niqabi is the face veil. Woman who wears niqab, trains only with women, besides me and her son, my son Zubair. So that does benefit her. She does have a good opportunity there. Not saying that I'm best in jiu-jitsu, but knowledge-wise, I'm confident that I was taught very well by my coach, Fabricio Morera. He is a wonderful coach. He is a very good friend also, and for me to be able to pass that knowledge on, even though I know he would like to be involved in passing the knowledge. He loves to teach and stuff, but it just wasn't possible because of the whole hijab issue. But I was able to pass those techniques and the knowledge on to my wife, and in turn she passes it on to her students, my daughters, and to be honest with you, teaching skills wise, I know people tell me all the time they like how I teach and stuff, but she's a very good teacher. I've seen her teach the little girls. I've seen her teach my daughters. She's very detailed in her instruction. She teaches only things she knows for sure, that is without a doubt, embedded into her mind. So, and she's always continually trying to learn. So anyway, she started in 2010. It was just sort of touch and go. In the house, I started the club of QatarMMA in our living room. Uh, Actually, that was the second place. Um, the first place was my brother's yard. I was living with him, didn't have a job, and things were difficult. And basically, I started teaching some kids when I got my blue belt, and actually started teaching my son before that. Everything I would learn, I would teach him. Eventually, we got our own place, got some work, turned our majlis, which is the living room, into a gym, and that's when she started to get more interested, even though she was interested from UFC and stuff like that. So basically, we trained on and off, and eventually she wanted to start her own class to teach our daughters, to teach girls in the community, because that was something that girls don't have. They're neglected in that sense. It doesn't seem to be important for girls to have a proper program. So yeah, it's a long story, but basically, when she was pregnant with Omar, when she was pregnant with Asma, she would still drill. She would still, learn. She wasn't able to roll, but she never stopped. She never stopped even when she was pregnant. Breastfeeding didn't matter what was going on. She didn't stop. So I did. Let's see what to call it, oppress, or I was just very strict with her. I think she could have progressed to her black belt faster if she had a different coach. Why? Because I thought, and I still feel, my main thing was not to favor and not to give any gifts, because people need to earn their belts and they aren't gifts. So, and I needed to be very careful with, with this subject, because I don't want anybody to ever say that, she got her black belt because she is my wife. And because of that, she had to wait a little longer for each belt. So knowledge-wise, she was there a long time ago, but I just needed to be, tough on that subject. It's the way it had to be for me. So nobody can ever say that. So anyway, there's a lot of things to talk about. Maybe me and her will do some posts, and I think she has a podcast coming up as well. But I think she had an article. She had an article in Doha News. So people are still contacting her, but I want people to know the story. And so Muslim women and non-Muslim women can just get out there, and if you want to accomplish something, you can. So don't put restrictions on yourself. I know it's difficult in some situations, like a lot of in most countries of the world, you don't have this opportunity for women training behind closed doors. There's just not enough dedication from the women black belts. Honestly, they don't have the patience to continue a program, because maybe numbers are not good or whatever. But if you are doing it for the right reasons, then when you have those days, you have only 2 students show up. Yeah, it's bad, but you still keep going. And I know there were many times where she felt so frustrated because people weren't taking it seriously, and they weren't appreciating what they had. And probably they don't realize what they have until you don't have it. That's the way humans are, right? So anyway, she's got a black belt now, and I don't know of any other Muslim hijabi out there who has a black belt in jiu-jitsu. If there is one, I don't know about it, and definitely I know there's a lot of sisters out there training jiu-jitsu. I know about a couple of sisters in America. I believe their last name's Helmi. They're purple belts, I think, or can't remember. But keep going. That's to them. Keep going. Do what you can. The community needs you guys, and when you do get your black belts, and when any Muslim woman gets a black belt, whether you believe in closed doors or not, try to start programs for women so that the ones who do, take it seriously about the hijab and stuff, they have the opportunity to train. Let's give them opportunity to train. And to the husbands out there, if you don't train jiu-jitsu and your wives want to, don't stop them. Try to be understanding. That's something they want to do, and so even if you don't do it, which I think you should, but that's another subject, try to be understanding. Don't force them. Oh, they need to cook, they need to clean, they need to take care of the kids. Man, you need to take your responsibility as well for all of those things. So if your wife wants to do something that's going to benefit her and benefit her children and benefit you, maybe she's going to protect you one day, but just support it. Support them in what they're doing. It's something good. So yeah, just wanted everybody to know it's a very proud moment, not just for me, for her, for my family, but for the Muslim community. And I don't want to single out any one community, because it's the jiu-jitsu community is big, it's growing, but it is a fact that probably the most difficult group of people to train would be Muslim women who cover, just because of lack of opportunity. So the accomplishment it's something that is really serious. My daughters are to follow, inshallah. They have a ways to go, but they're on track. Zubair's on track, for those of you who know him and train with him. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. It's a long video, but appreciate all of the support over the years from all of the students and all of the people who have been there for me. Until next time, don't know if I'll do this again, but yeah, take care, guys. Be safe.